In today's video, we're going to be making a beautiful slow cooked leg of lamb. And for that, I need some mint and I need some rosemary. And growing your own herbs can be the perfect way to enhance your home cooking and bring a whole load of flavour. So I've given all my fresh herbs a good rinse under a cold tap just to clean them and make sure there's no dirt on there. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't get much fresher than that. And now that the gardening's done, it's time to do a little bit of cooking. So I've got this beautiful leg of lamb and we're just going to treat it nicely with a few herbs, a little bit of light seasoning and then a lot of slow cooking. And it will turn out to be the most beautiful thing ever, where the bone will just pull away from the meat and you'll be able to use it for a whole range of things, like your roast dinner, or you can put it into sandwiches, serve it with pita bread, with yogurt and Moroccan spices. There's so much you can do with it. But today I'm just going to show you the basic cooking to get it absolutely perfect. So to begin, I'm just going to take my rosemary and we're going to cut it into smaller pieces, just using a pair of scissors. And I'm just going to cut little sections like that, because we're going to use this beautiful rosemary here to stud inside the lamb leg all over, so the beautiful flavour just perfumes right into the meat. And next we're going to take a few cloves of garlic, probably 2 or 3 I would say, and we'll peel them and then we're going to finely slice them. And now that that's done, we're going to take our leg of lamb and a little bit of olive oil. We don't need a lot, just a little drizzle on each side. And then we're just going to rub that in all over. And this is just going to help get all the flavours going and the roasting started. And I like to put the oil on first, because if you try and do it after you've studded it, you can't rub it into the meat as well. And next we're just going to season it generously with some sea salt and black pepper all over, and then just rub that seasoning into the meat all over as well. Collect any up that went onto the plate, make sure you've got the ends seasoned as well, and then you should have a nice even coating of seasoning all over your lamb. And then I'm going to use a small paring knife, a nice sharp paring knife, and I'm just going to go all over the lamb and make little incisions, little cuts into the meat. And this is where we're going to put the rosemary, the garlic, and it's just going to add a whole bunch of flavour. So just keep going until you've covered the whole lamb. And then we'll take a piece of rosemary and then just place it into the cuts, as well as a nice piece of garlic. And that combination of rosemary and garlic is just going to be beautiful. And then when that's all done, you should have something pretty special that looks a little something like this. And you know that that's just going to taste good. You just know it. So next we're just going to take an oven dish or an oven tray and a couple of onions, and this is just to raise it off the bottom of the tray. I'm just going to simply halve them and place them onto the bottom. We'll throw in any remaining rosemary and garlic that was left over, and then we're going to take some of the mint that we picked. It smells amazing. And then I'm just going to break it up slightly in my hands, and that's going to help release the natural oils and bring out the flavour. Just place that on top of the onion, and the lamb is just going to sit on top of this. It's going to be beautiful. And also we're going to add some water in here, so the mint will go into the water, almost create like a mint tea that's going to infuse into the lamb. It's all good stuff. Okay, so now we've got that, we'll place our lamb on top. If there's any extra mint, just throw that on as well. And then we'll pour into the bottom 1 glass of cold water. You could also use beef stock, lamb stock or chicken stock for this, but personally I don't think it needs it, and I like the idea of all the flavour just coming from the lamb. So we're now just going to cover that with a sheet of parchment paper and then seal it in with the foil. And now we'll place the lamb into a preheated oven at 160 degrees Celsius for 4 hours. So 4 hours has now passed, and we just need to uncover it and have a little look. And it smells absolutely amazing. But next we need to crank up the oven to 200 degrees, and then we're going to place it back in the oven for another half an hour for it to crisp up. And now our slow roast leg of lamb is ready to enjoy. And if we have a little look, the meat should just pull straight away from the bone and be just beautiful and tender. So there you have it, that's how I'm cooking my slow roast leg of lamb this year. I hope you give this one a go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.